Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Inside Us. Today, we are looking at is being faithful hard? No, this discussion should be a fruitful one.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I can't wait to discuss this with Nataki and with you, our viewers and listeners. So, we are saying it is safe to say we can never predict with absolute certainty who will stay faithful and who will not. We, however, can give or get rather a general sense about how faithful someone will be by asking a few questions. Now, we're looking at the questions. I think it's about 5 of them. And these questions are said to be asked before you enter a relationship or a long-term.
Yes,
relationship.
Before you get committed.
Yes. No, we're not saying that you should bring these questions on the first date and run with the man or the woman. But we're saying keep them in mind. In the back of your head.
Especially if you have a concern about infidelity in a relationship. Yeah.
And you don't even have to have a concern, because when I was looking into this topic, I was like, yo, this actually makes sense. So you might not even have it as you're clueless. Twitter, get me, I say, but it's safe to have the questions in your back of your head for ask for true.
Yeah.
So
but you see, one of the reasons why I mentioned that is because you have a lot of people who have experienced heartbreaking relationships and, going back out and trying to find someone new. They might be a little bit apprehensive and wondering, whatever. But this is a tool you can use to help you to be more comfortable when you're trying to search for the right person.
Right.
So, yeah.
And for those who, you say, boy, I'm not really into the cheating thing. So from the get-go, I'm just not in it. It's not for us. Let's look at some of the things that may cause someone to cheat let's look at them. So the first question is, the question we're going to ask the partner.
Right.
And yourself, because it's not just for your partner.
I know, right? So you might want to check yourself if it applies.
Exactly. What's the first question?
Does the individual have most of their basic emotional needs already met in their life? So it's basically saying, do you have your emotional needs, met? You're not going to be going all over the place trying to get those needs that you have personally, emotional needs, that is. So if you don't find it here, you start searching to get it over there and over there and over there. So, that's what's going to get you in trouble.
So what are some of the basic needs that a human being basically needs?
So the emotional needs that need to be met: physical affection, to feel noticed and appreciated, to feel needed, and to feel respected.
Of course.
Right. These are things that you naturally want to have.
Naturally.
Especially in a relationship setting. Do you see me? You want the person that you are with to see you. Like, really see me. Not just, okay, yeah, you're there, you're over there, and I know you're here. But do you understand me? Do you take time to look at the things that I want, the things I like, the things I don't like? I mean, who wants to be in a relationship where, the person doesn't really know who you are, doesn't really know what you like, doesn't really know how to appease you, to please
don't
you.
Don't even realize when there's a slight change that was made.
Right.
You go do your hair at the hairdresser and him not see you. You go get a haircut at the barber and your wife not see, say, yo, something look different. Like,
yes.
Do you really see me?
Yes. We need to know that, yes, these things are being satisfied. You understand me? So you say, if I wear a bright color lipstick, do you see it? Do you notice it? The man puts on a nice shirt or whatever. Because guess what? If you are in a relationship, this is like automatic. You are in a relationship with somebody and you don't notice the new things or the nice things about them, and then they go outside and somebody else notices it. It's
all right. Then
it's a trouble
exactly.
Me?
Hence the reason why we say, is the need met?
Yes.
The basic need of the person, is it met?
Upon us, the other person, So it's upon the man for the woman and upon the woman for the man to ensure that these needs that we have, it's natural, it's a part of all of us. We may not all need it on the same level or in the same way, but there are some things that are just standard across the board. You're expecting that your partner is going to know that, listen, I need this, I need to satisfy this for my person.
Right. And where the infidelity comes in is when I go out and somebody else is giving me the things that you should be giving me. Somebody else is seeing me the way you should be seeing me. That's how the infidelity comes in. So yes, the question is, does the individual have most of their needs already met? Think about it. Are your needs being met?
Yes, because then guess what? If your needs aren't being met, and if you find that your partner, this person that you are with, is it even possible to say incapable? The person is not satisfying the needs. Whether they're incapable of doing it, or because I don't really think you're incapable of satisfying these kind of needs, but maybe some people don't realize how important it is or how much the other person needs it to be done.
Right.
You know,
so you can't know that you want something and not say it to your partner. You have to tell them that this is what I need. If it's a case where you tell them that you need this and it's not being met, no, you're in a problem. But if you don't tell them, I expect them to just do some things. I don't know that
yeah, that's true. So I guess that's a good point to make, to say, okay, there are things that people don't automatically know that you need, and you need to communicate that to them to say, okay, this is something that I like, or this is, something that I appreciate, and I would like if you do it. And in the same way, I also say to my husband, listen, in the same way, I would want to tell him, okay, I would want this, or I would need this. I want to ask him,
what do you want?
What do you want?
Right,
what
exactly.
Do you need from me? You understand me? So that you ensure that you are getting these things done, because you don't want the other person to start, especially if they're not used to it. Let's say this is somebody that has never really been in a serious relationship, or been in a relationship where they're used to getting certain things, and then they're in a relationship with you and they're not getting it, and then they find somebody else who is totally, outside, giving them these things. They get introduced to things that they never knew and never experienced before in their relationship. That's gonna pull them out.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And it doesn't mean that the person doesn't love you, or whatever. It's just that, unfortunately, they had a need met by somebody.
A need that they never knew they had.
Yes, a need that they didn't even realize that they had. Which is why I'm saying, ask the question.
Ask the question.
Let them think about it.
Yeah.
And you try to see what you can do differently. Because, yes, we know that there are some people who you move heaven and earth for them and them still cheat.
Right. That's true. That's true.
But let it not be said it was because you did not. Because the truth is, sometimes some people, them never really mean for cheat. Them really never mean it.
And along the way, if you realize that, oh my God, I saw somebody did this for another couple and I think I might like that, you can share it along the relationship. You won't know everything that you want at the beginning, but throughout the relationship, some things come up. Yes. And you can say, you know what, baby, no, you watch a show and you see that, you might like that. You say to him, say, I would like you to do that for me. I think I would like something like that. Don't sit down on it and expect the man or the woman to know that you like
true.
it. So
that is so true.
You don't have to know exactly what you want when you go in, but along the way, if you do find some things that you might like, please let the partner know. All right?
Yes.
The second question that you should ask is, does he or she have a few good friends? Now, these good friends, close friends, should be persons that you can talk to about things that you're going through. Do you agree?
Yes, it is good.
Because what are we really saying about this question?
Bad. It can be good and it can be bad.
It can be good and it can be bad.
You have to be careful, because especially if these good friends are people that are going to give you bad advice.
Or if these good friends like you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we can flip it there. But before we go there, no, we are saying people will be less likely to cheat. And this is according to a study. People will be less likely to cheat if they have close friends with whom they can have emotional intimacy. Not sexual intimacy, emotional intimacy. Meaning that they can talk about something they're struggling with openly and honestly. Now, if me and my partner having problem, Taki, it means I'm supposed to can come to you and tell you what going you can understand. Right? And you in turn, who is listening, can say to me, boy, you know, give me good advice so that me not go cheat, basically.
Right, because that's what I said. It all goes back to the type of person that you are confiding in. So you don't want to get up and confide in anybody. It doesn't, when we say good friend, we really mean somebody that is really there for you on that level. Because just imagine you go to your good friend and whatever it is that you go to them with, them say, you look here for your treat pan the boy.
Or the girl.
No, you don't want that person. That is not something that you want to hear,
And we
because
can look
it's
at
not
it,
good.
We can look at it another way too. You have persons who feel so ashamed of what they're going through, and so they don't have anybody to talk to
And they
about
can't
it.
talk to the partner.
Right. And so because they don't have somebody to talk to, they go out and find somebody else who, I don't know,
And that's
what's available.
And that's how you get swept away, which is what I was saying, that sometimes you have some people, they never intended to cheat, but they were carrying around this heavy burden inside, and they never had a good friend to talk to about it. They couldn't necessarily talk to the person because it's between them and the issues there, and they didn't get to a place where they can sit and talk about it. And unfortunately, they found another person who happens to be the opposite sex, confided in them, and started getting close to that person, and then just gradually gets, taken in. Temptation comes, and the next thing you know, they're gone way beyond where they planned on going. So
I'm going to make a statement, and I'm not being sexist, right? This I would say mostly go for the men. They hold on to things that they can't talk about, or they don't wish to talk about.
Yeah, because men don't really love to
right?
talk
They're
about
holding
stuff
their emotions.
sometimes.
And so, want to go to your brethren and tell your brethren, say, yo,
Yeah, and the girl
you and the girl
problem.
have a little problem right here. So, and so, bottle up all of them feeling they know, and then you go see one girl, and it's easier to talk to a girl.
And sometimes, the truth is, it was easy for whatever reason to talk to that person. And you really just, you not even know how it happened. You just started talking to the person, and the next thing leads to another and another and another.
And just saw something set up, something just set up for your feel.
Yeah, so what we're saying is, it's good to have a friend, somebody where say you're just your friend that. I don't know.
Yeah, no
line
line
where you're going to get
cross.
yourself in a problem with,
And them a
just
look
a
out for
friend
you.
that we are going to give you the advice to say, all right, here we go on. So and so and so and so. Make we see how this work. And you understand me? Somebody who's going to encourage you to try and resolve whatever issue it is that is happening in your relationship. Not somebody who's going to tell us, say, left the boy, left the girl, whatever. No. You understand me? Somebody that's really going to be helpful in the situation.
Yeah.
So
helpful in a good way, not the...
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yes, so
All
you
right.
definitely want to have that. The next question is, does he or she love and need a lot of attention from others?
That one you're hot. From the beginning.
Love a lot of attention from others. When I just saw the question and it says love a lot of attention, I was like, well, I kind of love attention. But then it said from others, I'm like, oh, okay.
Bricks.
Yes. So does a person love attention from others? People who need a lot of attention can be spotted a mile away.
That is so true.
Because they need a lot of attention and they need it from everybody. So once them walk in a room, everybody in that room supposed to see them, supposed to hear them, supposed to know that, hello, I'm here.
Everybody have to compliment them.
Yes. They walk into a party and light up. They over-focus on their appearance and seek compliments for how they look and what they wear. They tend to keep admirers close. So all of the groupies, everybody will say, oh, you look so nice or whatever. They want those people to be close.
Yes.
You understand me? Even if them fake. Those are the people who they keep close. And they always, they want extra friends and to strangers. So they can get as many people to like them and pay them attention. No, me have a problem with that. I think there's an issue with that. I'm not sure what it is called. I don't know if it's narcissistic people stay so. I don't know if that's the thing to describe them. But I'm one of those persons who love attention, but not necessarily from everybody. I want attention from the people who really matter to me. Attention from my partner. I'm right up on number one there where we say, do you see me? Do you know I'm here? Do you actually think about me? Yes, I want all of that from my partner. I don't necessarily want that from everybody else.
But you have persons who are built this way, and you have persons who will satisfy that need, right? But we're saying if you're with somebody, and the person does see you and the person does give you the attention that you need, but the way how you are, you want it from everybody. So even when you go out a road and you get the attention from your partner, you still want everybody else. You just, nobody can satisfy you because you want attention from everybody else. And the moment somebody give you a little bit more over what your partner is giving you, you're gone.
You're drawn away.
So you have a problem there.
In a case like that, though, are you saying that somebody like that is always going to be unfaithful in their relationship?
I'm not saying that you're always going to be, but their chances are, if I can't give you attention at this point in time, you're going to crave it from somebody else because you have I don't want to say a problem, because if you were really born this way, I really don't want to call it a problem, but you as the person, the individual who has that problem, have to realize that, listen, I have this problem and I need to try and find a way of fixing it.
So you probably have to train yourself.
You have to train yourself.
Realize. And then before you even get to training, you probably need to acknowledge, because a lot of times, we assume that the person knows that, hey, this thing that, or the way that you are is not necessarily the best way to be. And then sometimes they really don't know it,
They don't.
So, probably the first step would be for somebody like that to acknowledge that, listen, I kind of love attention from people too much, and I probably need to
Hence the reason when you're asking these questions, you're not just asking your partner, you're asking yourself as well. Do I love attention?
Yourself. Yeah.
If I love attention, it's not really good. It's a red flag, as we would call it. A red flag. It might mean that there's problem in the camp. You can love attention, but ensure that you're getting the attention from one person. I mean, no way you go if your partner can't give you the amount where you need.
Well, probably you need to be so careful in the person that you choose, because sometimes you can know, in the same way we're asking these questions and saying evaluate the person while dating. You understand me? It is good for you to know if you have somebody who is more an introvert, who certain things they just stay by themselves and whatever. That person is probably not going to be the person that's going to be able to give you what
the attention
want.
that you need. Exactly.
So you might want to look at it and say, all right, no, I'm going to need to get somebody who is going to be more likely to give me the sufficient amount of attention that I require from
and
them.
nobody go say, boy, but in me 9 out of the 10 I just the one something. No,
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing that you need.
Yeah, go get
so you have to ensure you get that. Y'all get yourself in a problem.
Yep.
You understand?
Yes, definitely.
The next one is, does he or she get bored easily?
Hey.
No, that one here, no. This one, no. I don't know how to fix this, because truth is, I can do everything in the world and you still gonna get bored. That's just a big red flag right there. If you're going to get bored with everything that we do. All right. You have somebody who is willing to, ride the waves with you and the tides. Every time you come with something new, of course, no problem, babe. Let's do this. Every time you just come with something, no, miss, you need to go create something. Create somebody, miss. Anyways, let me read what I have here before, right? Beware of the man or woman who gets bored easily, because these individuals will be more likely to cheat on you more than others. I don't know what it is, but that's a read on me get. You understand? If the person you are dating has a history of multiple short-term relationships, they got bored. True or false?
That sounds very true.
Right. It's just like when you do one job interview and them see your job hop for a couple years and them say, no, sir, this don't look too right, because as you step in on my organization, it's likely that you're going to leave. It's the same thing with dating. If you realize, say, when you ask her a resume and she give you that resume, she have 10 man space for 10 months. Or you have 10 women.
1 month the relationship will last.
Red flag. You understand? No, that's a sign that he or she gets bored really easily in a relationship. But don't know how to fix it, because never get one psychologist.
When I was reading this, I was telling Nahesha that, listen, I don't like that one here, because it kind of fit me in some ways, because I kind of don't like monotony. I like to do things differently and whatever, but it's not necessarily, when I really look at it, it's not necessarily that I get bored easily and find myself, going from here to here and everywhere. I just don't want to be doing the same thing routinely all the time. I want things to change up. And so even if I change something this time and then go back to something else that I was was doing before, it's fine. I just don't want to just continuously going like a robot. You
Let's look at
understand me?
it.
So,
Change is good. Change is good, so we're not beating change. But if you know for a fact that as a person you are like this, where
you're gonna get bored of the sex.
Everything you
You're
get
gonna
bored
get bored
of.
of talking to her or him. You're gonna get bored of going to places that you normally go. Everything just
You're gonna get bored watching the television. You're gonna get bored washing the dishes, everything just a bore you. So something wrong with you.
It's gonna be very difficult for you to be in a relationship with somebody because so quickly you're gonna just get bored and just can't bother with this and whatever. So I don't know.
And in a case like that, I don't know if it's your partner that needs to. I think you need working on yourself. I don't think it's your partner who needs to fix you. You probably
do
need
some
to
internal work.
Yeah.
You need to figure out why is it I get so bored so easily. Sometimes there's a reason behind it. There's a root cause, and if you can stop and evaluate and just try to figure it out, it probably can be sorted out. So yeah, I don't know. Look into it.
Look
see
into
how it
it.
goes. Next thing, does he or she need a lot of sex? What's wrong with that though?
Nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. But from the beginning and from the get-go, if you know that this person requires a lot of sex and you know say you only can do it one time for the month, don't go in it.
It's not for you.
It's not for you. And that is why the questions are important. They're important for ask.
Yes. Because you're going to need to know, okay, it's not fair. I think it's not fair for you to know yourself and know that you are not the sexual animal. You understand me? You like sex occasionally. Yeah, some people who genuinely don't really enjoy sex, no matter what you do, it's like, it's not that they don't enjoy it at all, but it's just them just not all that into sex. You have some people like that for whatever reason. In the same way how you have some people where look like no matter how much sex you give them can't tire it.
Like the other day, I was reading a Dear Pastor story, and it was saying that my wife is like, I can't please her sexually. Like, she wants it like 3 times a day for the whole week. And I'm like,
there are some people whose sexual appetite is open like
no,
that,
but then
it overactive.
Something wrong with you, because if y'all get it 3 times a day, you tell me say, I don't know if it's it that she not reach her climax. Because if you reach a climax, you're supposed to good enough for the day. If I even for every day, but 3 times a day, 7 days a week, 44. No.
Well, for whatever reason, you have some people who have that kind of appetite. And what I'm saying is, if you are the opposite to that, you don't want to enter into a relationship with somebody who is like that, because guess what? You're going to find yourself in problem. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to them, because you are on opposite side of the field, and he or she is going to want more, and you can't take no more, and it's just going to be miserable. So I think, I don't know, like, you think people actually discuss them sexual appetite on dates?
I don't know.
I don't know how you're going to sort this part.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we're saying, going with the question.
But if you know for a fact that you are that type of person, please.
Yeah, man, stay away from the person because it's not fair. You have some of us, when you complain, some of us women, we are guilty of this. The men, or your particular man, him love sex, and we want to have it every night and 2 times a day or whatever.
You see how me sound?
Complain.
You see how me sound when me I say you want sex all the time? Because I am on the opposite fence. Like, me can go 3-4 weeks without sex and me alright. But me have to think about my husband.
Exactly.
Me don't go think about myself. But if me have a husband, sir, write up the divorce paper. Because
which is why I asked the question, if you think people discuss it before they get serious. Because guess what? Sometimes
you ever do it 2-3 times in a day, you ever done it, right? That's enough. We can set up on camera. You ever do it like, and you swear?
Yeah.
But then we're not kind of bash the people, and we're like, it's still with us a say. Find the person who fits you, man.
Meet halfway. So it's good to be with somebody where you can meet them halfway. You understand me? Because guess what? You have an acceptable appetite, and for them one, it's also acceptable. So you go a few times and you say, all right, we can rest now, and they're okay with resting and taking a break or whatever, and they can flow with you and you can flow with them. But when the other person them are burn, regardless of the fact that you know how
them are gonna find it somewhere else. Like, if you not give them,
it's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be a problem. You get here, say my wife now give me sex, or my husband, or my girlfriend, or whatever it is, and gonna say wickedy. She wickedy. But guess what? We have to try and find a balance because we're not robots. Some people seem to be, but maybe the other person that you're with isn't. So maybe if, I don't know, you think you have people out there in relationships where the two of them sexual appetite is overactive together?
Yeah,
We
man.
don't really
You
like to know how that one
you
they
have
go.
that, but it's very rare that you find that both
Yeah,
are
because
the same type of. It's very rare.
Yeah.
Guys, all we're saying is listen. You know what? I'll do that in the summary. Let's go to the next question. The next question you should ask is, and the last one that we're looking at, and we're not saying that this list has been exhausted. No, there are so many other
Yeah.
questions that you can ask, but then we're just looking at these questions for now. Does he or she feels attractive and desirable? And I think this is one of the most important
This one is
of
definitely mine.
all questions that you should ask yourself and your partner. No. Me tell my husband all the while say, I know that you love me. I know that I am attractive to you. I know that you think I'm sexy and all those things, but I don't feel it all the time.
Sometimes you need reassurance.
Sometimes I need reassurance. And we become so relaxed sometimes in our relationships and we forget to tell our wife or our husband, say, you look so damn good today.
Yes, and you know, I'm glad you said wives or husbands because guess what? Ladies, the same way how we want it, the men, they need it too.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel like, okay, it's just the women who want to get the compliments and want to, feel reassured. There are men who, and let me not say there are men. I just feel like the man them need it
Of
too.
course.
Because guess what? That's how you get
Of
in
course.
problems. That's how you fall into number one. Because you don't give it to him and somebody else out the road give it to him. Constantly giving it to him when you are not.
And then guess what?
Needs reassurance.
Sometimes the man them act mature, but there is one particular situation that every man want knows them perform good in, and it's sex.
Woo! Yes,
So
girl.
just imagine if you tell them wake up all one day, you go, so, you look good this morning, man. Jesus Christ. Him come home to your miss. The woman out the door will look him,
Yes, him don't need
come
anything
home
from
to you.
her.
Him don't need nothing from her.
Yes, because he's getting what he needs
Him
from
a get
you.
what. And the same thing go for us as like men. We need to hear the things. No, all if it upon repeat in our head, tell we so that when somebody else tell we, it no mean not no.
Yes.
It no mean
Yes.
you can't
I
go out with
need
what
to
you
know.
say. Go out with what you say. Cause my husband tell me this every day. My husband treat me like a queen.
Right.
So when
and
you
my wife
treat me
treats
certain
like a
way, me
king.
no, after me used to that.
Yes.
You come tell me, you know, like when your mother used to tell us that the mother buy KFC, give you, cause you used to get KFC.
Exactly. That's exactly.
You're used to
right.
it.
Yes.
When you come
it's
to about I
nothing
can buy you
new.
KFC. No,
It's
my mother buy
nothing
me
new.
Chinese.
Yes,
Go
right.
on with your KFC. I saw it go.
Yeah, man, and as you rightly mentioned, like the man needs to know even more so than the woman. He needs to know that sexual performance is satisfactory, is up there. Him want
It's a
you
need.
tell
That
him,
is feeling
say,
basic need.
Yes, him want you tell him say yes, baby. Yeah, me like that.
You do the thing good last
Yes.
night. Cause sometimes when me tell my husband say, you go like you don't know, say you do something good. Stop it, man. Cause some me do him sometimes I tell you like me go so stop it. Stop going so. Cause you all know say your dog up with something last
Right.
night.
You know,
And you
it-
see
it-
me
It caresses the ego.
Of course.
Right. And you want to be doing that because these things, it helps the relationship. It helps to keep chemistry alive. It helps, for you guys to connect. So you want to be doing that. The person needs to know that you find them attractive. You need to know that the person finds you attractive. And when you're on that level together, fireworks, sparks fly all over the place. And you won't have to be looking at she or him over there because guess what? What's happening right here between the two of you? 100.
At the end of the day, all I'm saying is, and I don't know if this is a summary, being faithful is not hard if you know what your partner requires. It's not. It is not. Listen. You see, once things no foreign to you, you see one things no. Like you go
You're not frightened.
Me not frightened for that. Me I get that. You remember when everybody frightened for get one little visa? And everybody want no. Listen, you see once when you've gotten so used to things, when you see it out there, it not coming like nothing to you, and that happened to us as women and men. We're not used to the things, and so we are drawn to it elsewhere. That is where the problem lies,
Something just popped into my
It's
head.
sad.
But, you have some people who, especially men, mostly men. Them have this mentality, because sometimes a lot of it is the mind. They have this mentality that man for have more than one woman. Because I said go from Bible days. So those things help to get us or them in trouble. I'm not a man. So yeah, help them to get in trouble. So I don't know, maybe that is a whole other thing. We need to get some man to talk to about that. Because I really feel like some man believes, say, one woman is not enough.
And that might be true, but or let's speak for the ladies. I genuinely believe that if you see me for me, and if you make me feel like a queen, and if you make me used to everything in the world, if you can, I'm not asking if you go to your waist or go teeth and give me things. No, I'm not asking for that. But as I said to you, say, if you meet my needs, them, there's no reason for me to go out there and get it.
Because the needs is not always materialistic.
You might not be able to buy me the biggest house or whatever, but if you tell me every day how beautiful I look and how you love me or whatever, but don't need another man in my ears wall.
But then that's me and you, because what about there gonna be some men out there who are gonna say, what about them girls that no matter what you give them, them still give on?
You need baptism of the Holy Spirit.
So maybe 1 and 2 are the questions on the list. Yeah, them need to go sort it out. Why them do that? Because that's the only thing I can say. Sometimes it's just some defect, some natural defect that they have. Because if you're giving them everything that they need, they shouldn't want to go out. But hey.
That's so true. So guys, what we're saying is reassess yourself.
Yes.
Please. And today I am going to reassess myself. I'm going to ask my husband them question here, Tonight. It's what's like over there for lockdown for the weekend.
Oh, yes.
Mega ask the question and I'm mega reassess the thing, because guess what? We can prevent some of these things. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And it might be harder for some people, so I'm not bashing you and whatever. It might be harder, but still reassess yourself and see where you can fix whatever flaw, or just reassess yourself. Ask your partner the question, you answer the question name, and see when it can work, pan. Where is it, Taki?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. No, I don't know what else. Because as I say, sometimes it's personality trait, sometimes it's a mentality. So if you can work on that, I think it can.
Sometimes a family curse. Anyways, we will see you in our next episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining us in this discussion. Yes. I really enjoyed it. Maybe we should delve a little bit more in it. Remember, if you can't watch this via YouTube, you can also listen to the podcast platforms. They're right below here. We're going to put them right there. Apple Podcast, everything. Please comment down below. Tell us the questions.
We want to hear from you.
You might ask your partner before you went in. Because I know if I'm not going to listen. So tell me some of the things where, you think you should ask your partner and thing. You understand? Share, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week.